Hello, my beginner buddies out there. I want to show you today a 7-day kind of exercise for when you're just first starting out on guitar, and a method of practicing that's going to be really important for you learning moving forward and helping you to learn and integrate information faster and to get your hands cooperating more quickly than they would if you were just kind of hammering away at it. And welcome to this lesson assumes that you're pretty much just starting out on guitar, but you've learned maybe a couple open chords and whatnot. It's not the first day you picked up guitar, but it's close to it. Now, the important methodology here that I was talking about is that you're going to take each one of these exercises I give you. There's going to be 3 of them, and you're going to practice them in what I call sprints instead of marathons. You're going to work on each one for like 3 to 5 minutes, then move on to the next one, and finish up and don't pick it up again for a little bit, or move on to just dawdling with some other chords or whatever, not the exercises themselves. So it's going to be little 5 to 10 minute sessions, and you're going to do that, not do it for a while, and do it again, and try to do that several times a day. This method of doing sprints multiple times a day is what is going to help you integrate the information more quickly and learn and get better on guitar faster. Now, obviously, as you move along and you get much better at guitar, you have many more things that you can play and you'll be working on more difficult things, but this method of practicing is still going to stick. I've been playing over 30 years, and when I work on new stuff and I've got sheets of music where I'm working on these complex lead patterns that I want to play, I'm still breaking them into 3, sometimes maybe 4 things, and just doing them in sprints. And then I break up that sprint practice with just jamming and playing some chords, working on some writing music. Maybe then I put it down, or maybe I come back to the riff then and work on it again. But it's always that sprint kind of format when it's the specific thing that I'm working on. Okay, now that I've talked to you about how to practice, let's talk about what those 3 things are. You're going to need to grab either like pen and paper or open up a notepad type of thing on your computer or your phone here, because you want to keep track of what speed you're doing these at, and you'll see what I'm talking about in a second here. Let's get your strumming hand working well and in time. And every one of these exercises we do here, we're going to do with what's called a metronome or a click. And in this case, we're actually going to jump over to an online drum machine. So you work with the beat. It's more natural, and you want to get used to playing with beats so that you get a sense of groove and rhythm. And remember, when you're playing here, to hold the pick correctly too. I usually hold the pick up like this, straight up and down from the sky to the ground, and then come in sideways for my right hand so that the pick is coming the correct angle off of my thumb. I don't want to have it pointing like the same direction as my thumb where I'm having to twist my arm. You want it to be off the side of your thumb so you're comfortable when you strum. Now let's start the beat up, and I'll show you what we're going to do. Okay, with the beat playing here, we're just going to strum up and down along with it, and you would count the beat 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's down, up, along with the beat. And you want to make sure that when you're strumming down, the pick is angled a little bit to where your hand is twisting away from you. And then you have the pick up and you're going down towards the ground. And then when you come up, you twist the other way so the pick is going towards the ground, and you're turning your wrist kind of into you. And that way you're hitting the strings at the correct angle. And playing simply, strumming up and down to a beat like that is going to get you playing in time, playing smoothly, focusing on relaxing your forearm, and just strumming the strings nice and evenly. You will eventually increase the speed. We had it set to 80 here. Maybe tomorrow you'll try it at 85, then 90, 95. You get to the point where you can strum pretty quickly and smoothly, and you keep that technique consistent so that you don't tighten up and tense up when you play faster, and that's why you want to work with a click a little bit at a time. Now we move on to exercise 2. We're going to do the same thing, but now we're going to do it with a couple of open chords. Again, I was assuming you know some chords here. We're going to take a basic G major to a basic E minor open chord for this one, and just do the same thing, but now switch chords while we're strumming. 4 times each. 1, 2. So now you're getting used to switching chords in time. You're forcing your left hand to move the chords while you're strumming. This kind of helps you get used to switching chords better. And you can do this with any chord progression, 3 chords at a time, 4, or just 2 that you're having difficulty with. Maybe you've just learned a C chord and you're having problems playing it. You want to go from E to C. Do it at whatever speed you set it to that you're able to play along with, and force your hands to keep working in time. Now we'll move on to the final exercise. Here we're going to get you used to playing one string at a time and being efficient with picking and, again, relaxed. You're just going to play 4 notes on each one of the first string, so the 1st fret, 2nd fret, 3rd fret, and 4th fret on the 1st string with each one of your fingers, and you're going to pick each one of them 4 times, down, up, just like when you were strumming, but now it's 1 string at a time, and you want to focus on not picking too far away from the string, not having too much pick hanging out, staying relaxed as always. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now see, as I'm going, how I'm lifting my fingers off as I play, that's what you don't want to do. It's going to be a habit and very simple for you to do by accident, but don't. Make sure you keep all your fingers down. It's going to be very useful for you later. So it's going to look like this. Then you can work your way back down. And again, do it at whatever speed you're comfortable at and can play cleanly. Tomorrow move up a little bit, or even if you practice a few times throughout the day like we were talking about, try it a little faster each time, but never go beyond where you can play it cleanly and accurately. Let that build up over time. So there are your exercises for your first 7 days. It's a 7-day workout of doing this type of thing. We're going to do some more of these, but you can see you can expound on them without me giving you every step of the way, where you're playing more difficult chords, and maybe with the single string stuff, you work on playing notes from one string to the next string, basic scale type of things. It's this methodology that I really wanted you to get, and that idea of doing it for 7 and sometimes maybe more days if it's taking a while to integrate the information. And of course, if you have any questions, comments, if you want to see me expound on anything further, please leave it below in the comments. I always get back to everyone as soon as I can. And until next time, guys, keep making great music. Hey friends, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. It makes the whole world better.